Okay, so I saw this video, this vlogger's video, and about this woman named Puss talking about the whole Erica Mena and Spice situation where Erica Mena called Spice a blue monkey, and there being somewhat an uproar about the situation right now. Let me just tell you something. What's also psychotic is somebody taking a very sensitive issue and using it for attention, and exploiting the fuck out of that. And that is exactly what Blue Monkey, and I did put that in quotation, okay, Spice is doing. Now, listen, I love to think of myself as a fair person, and I had defended Spice on so many occasions, but I'm gonna draw the line right there because I see what's taking place right now. Okay, I don't even know how the hell did Erica Mena get with that fish. Now I told y'all I don't have anything against homosexuals, but when you're a closeted one, you're a fake, and I'm like I've been saying I'm allergic to fakes. I will have I would have me a homosexual friend, male and or female. Okay? Who's openly homosexual, not a closeted one. I'm not gonna support you being fake. Not when I'm the realest motherfucker I know. Okay? No. I don't like fake. And fake is a huge problem in today's society. I've been telling you about these illusions, the illusions that these celebrities are casting upon all y'all, voluntarily and involuntarily. With their spells, their blood sacrifice and all sacrifices and all of that shit. And just also blatantly coming out and telling y'all lies. I guess all of that is directly. I don't know where the indirectly came from. Fuck. Okay? Spice isn't a victim. She's not. And I just want to put this out there. Okay, you teach somebody to love and value you by loving and valuing your own fucking self. You do things for yourself. You don't do things, let me just say it this way. You don't do things to yourself that you don't want other people to do to yourself. Okay? To you do things for yourself, let me rephrase that you don't want other people to do to you. The same goes for race. Though I don't like to see us by race, I just like to just look at us as fucking beings. I think the whole race thing and all of that shit, yeah, those are to teach us lessons of learning to agree and live in unity and balance and justice and fairness in the midst of physical difference. That's a fucking life lesson, generalized life lesson for the collective of humanity. Okay? But I'm talking about racial group lesson now. Okay? Um Black people, though I know it is in your natal aspect because we all belong to a set of frequencies, okay? A set of frequency. I had to learn to love and value and appreciate myself, which I might I add, I kicked that lesson in the fucking butt. I done learned that. Beautiful. I did that, and I learned so well. Like that's why I don't allow people to try to mess up my improvement. My improvement. No, no, you're not gonna take me to a place of self hate after I don't learn to love myself. Coming out of a toxic fucking house, toxic environment, toxic culture, and detaching myself from all of that because I'm not going to be a part of a self-hating scheme or plot or lifestyle. Okay, and a part of hating yourself is renouncing and you know a part of that is damn, why am I having word retrieval issues? Work with me, subconscious. A part of hating yourself is rejecting your not that's not reject. That's not the word I'm trying to find. Is Okay, let me just phrase it differently. The word is there, but I'm having trouble accessing it right now. Okay. Of course, the enemies are trying to stop the message from coming out or going forth, but the messages will go forth, and that's that. The messages will go forth when you do not allow yourself the freedom of character, which is to be who you want to be, as long as you're hurting none and you're not allowing any to hurt you. You're hurting none as long as you're hurting none and you're not allowing any to hurt you. Um, you should have the right to be whoever you want to be. And yeah, sometimes if that includes hurting your own self, do that shit if that's what you want. But as long as you're not hurting other people, have a blast. Okay? Let me just say that. Um, because nobody has the right to hurt anyone. Rihanna didn't have a right to hit Chris Brown, to hit him repeatedly, um, because she was angry. I know those kind of lady tantrums where they hit the guys in their chest and hope the guy just takes it because he loves them, or bows to them. It doesn't always work that way, you know. Yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Freedom to be oneself, right? Uh oh, I feel like I lost myself there. Okay, so let me get back to the whole spice and safari shit. Maybe I'll remember what the fuck I was trying to get at. Okay. But okay. Yeah, the race thing. Black people need to learn to love and value and respect themselves before they start and continue screaming at these other races to do so. Because let me tell you something. There's nobody that calls black people as much horrifying names than other black people. And I'm gonna be real. I live in Jamaica. I was grown in Jamaica. I've heard black people call each other some really horrible names. And a lot of times these aren't even really light skinned Jamaicans. These aren't even light skinned black people. These are dark skinned black people putting down and belittling other dark skinned black people. Black, they call each other monkeys and even worse all the fucking time. And I keep saying, listen, why are you upset at the race who bought your ancestors, your supposed ancestors, into slavery? And you ain't at all angry at your own foreparents for selling your own foreparents into slavery. Because they didn't just go to Africa and just started snatching motherfuckers. Let's just get that fucking clear. And I keep telling people this. And why is it you're going to hold a stranger accountable more than your own? If your own doesn't have affection or any form of empathy for you, why are you expecting that from a fucking stranger? Which is pretty much how black people treat the other races, like they're fucking strangers. But at the same time, you expect allegiance and loyalty from them that your own fucking people don't have towards you. Make that make fucking sense to me. Because black people have been in an illusion by themselves, for initiated by their own selves for a long fucking time. And it's just a really weak and feeble, fucked up, punked up thing to do. Because hey, they ain't gonna beat themselves. They're not gonna beat each other. They're not gonna beat themselves. They don't want to punish themselves. And nobody's asking the black community to punish each other. I think they've done enough of that shit. Betraying each other, selling each other off into slavery and shit. All I'm saying here is start loving yourselves. And eventually you will start to love the next black person. That's what I'm fucking saying. Start loving yourself, and then you'll be able to love the black person next to you. Cause like, I don't see how you can love yourself and degrade yourself, belittle yourself. And if that's the case, you're definitely not gonna do that to somebody who is similar to you. Cause that's pretty much like shading your own fucking self. So you see, the self-hating of other blacks just really comes from a place of self-hate. Now, is that saying that what she said was right? No. I'm not saying what she said was right. But if you're going to make a big fuss over her calling Spicy Blue Monkey, make a big fuss over everybody disrespecting another person's appearance. How about you fucking do that? Hold black people calling other black people monkeys and all kinds of other shit accountable. Because like, even under that same blogger's videos, in a lot of them videos were in which I had to defend her because of the colorism here and people comparing her and Jinsia and blah blah blah, and I had to defend her because I'm a black woman. I'm a dark-skinned black woman. I see a lot of Jamaicans there referring to her and comparing her to a lot of animals and a lot of shit. And it's so strange now that a lot of black people, and I hope it ain't the same ones coming for Erica Mena or whatever her name is, because that would just make no fucking sense. Because what? Oh, it's okay for y'all to belittle each other and not for other people to do that? Like, you pretty much teach people how to treat you, your kins, your whole race by how you treat each other. And you may not like how that sounds, but that's how it fucking goes. And it legitimately makes sense. If you keep your house like a pigsty, don't expect people who comes over to your house to treat it like it's a fucking palace. And don't come with your toxic, narcissistic, hypocritical stuff and say, oh, you're the only one who's allowed to treat your house like that. Listen, if you want me to treat your house like it's a fucking palace, how about you treat it like that also? Or I'm not going to be up in that pigsty and treat it like a palace. Okay, you set the pace, and you set the pace to shit, and you give shit value by how you treat them. Okay? Period. Dot. And I'm not gonna treat anywhere like a pigsty, not even the streets, because like when I'm on the street, if I drink something from a plastic bottle or eat something, from a wrapper, I put that in my bag until I get to a garbage bin, which a lot of times I forget, and eventually take them home with me. And nothing ain't wrong. I don't throw them on the floor in the house. I throw them in the bin, whether the one by the gate outside or the one in the house. Bins. Okay? So I'm not gonna treat your house like a pigsty. If you live in a pigsty, I'm just not gonna go to your fucking place. But I'm just saying, some people may still go to your place, okay? And guess what? They're gonna give it the same energy that you give to it. And that legit makes sense. Whether you like it or not. The truth may be an offense, but it is still the truth, And whether you agree with it, that doesn't make it less of whether you or not you agree with it, it doesn't affect whether or not it is the truth. You not agree with it, you not agreeing with it doesn't make it less of the truth. It is still the truth. It's balance. That's what it is. And also, what else did I want to say? I find it pathetic that, what she's actually doing, it ain't nothing to do with, oh, they both Jamaicans. Because Jamaicans, they love to create that illusion that, oh, they are patriotic. They're not really. It's just a facade, a fucking illusion to benefit their own individual egos. Okay, so don't be saying, oh, because they're both Jamaicans, they're, teaming up together. No. He is a piss poor father, piss poor husband. Um, and he don't like the fact that she's standing up for herself and telling him the truth about what he really is. He don't like that. These psychotic men, they never do. Narcissists, they never like when you stand up for yourself and you stand up against them and you speak out against them. They don't like that shit. They don't like you exposing them. Okay? Spy Style, she just don't got that confidence to lighten her skin, but she really wish she had light skin. And I'm not saying that's every dark skinned black woman's dream. I'm saying it's her dream. But she knows that, that will make her seem exceptionally weak. Oh, she don't really love herself. That's why she does that. It's an obvious it's an obvious trait that one doesn't love themselves. But she does all them surgeries. Like, there are exercises that you can do to get your butt plump and high. She's a lazy bitch. Just want to get to the surgery. There are exercises that you can do to get flat stomachs. A lazy bitch. And then I don't know why women are obsessed with these bimbo boobs. That's what I call them, bimbo boobs. The ones that stick out. It's like them begging or screaming for attention. That's what I call those boobs, bimbo boobs. And I know that some women have them naturally. I'm not being a hater, but I've never liked that form breast. The ones that are so high up in the chest and they just protrude forward. I mean, and that's why that too is one of the main reasons why I don't wear bras. I don't have a big chest. I don't have big breasts, but you have chicks with smaller boobs than I do. They wear bras, padded bras, the ones that make their breasts look like the ones that make them look like they got bimbo breasts, like just up in the air and just pushing out. I mean, I just could never understand why women like those. And then when men treat them like bimbos, the image that they're trying to portray, sometimes it seems unbeknownst to them. I don't know if they realize what they're doing. Then they get all pissy. But that's what it just looks like to me. And even before my breasts sloped a little bit, I always wanted breasts that had a little slope, like a gradual slope, like a little, slope. I mean, I love my breasts. They are perfect. Um, but for me, there's I appreciate imperfection. Im, im, I mean, okay. What I really want to say is, they say, okay, when your breasts are perfect, they are high up and they protrude forward. To them, that's perfection. Well, I don't like that form of perfection. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. So I appreciate what they call the imperfect boob with the little slope. I don't know. It's, to each his own. That's what I always liked. Um, so I definitely wouldn't do surgery to get my boobs all the way up in the air. And especially in this day and age, that's a direct message and sign that a woman did breast surgery, breast augmentation, or whatever. So, she did the breast surgery. She did the liposuction. And if you a lazy bitch, it doesn't make any sense you get the liposuction anyways. It's like you cannot have your cake and eat it, because guess what? You have to maintain that flat stomach. The other day, I don't know if she's pregnant. I didn't get the memo. But the other day, I saw a video of her receiving some award, and the bitch's belly was so fucking big. And she looked so weird because she had these two big balloons of breast before her, this big ass stomach. Okay, because I think the stomach went beyond the height of the breast. Um, and of course, she did surgery, so she got the breast bigger and got them to stick out, the bimbo kind of boobs, like I said. And that's how I really realized her stomach was really big, because it protruded far out further than the breast. And then she has this big fake ass behind her. So it's like a lot of stuff sticking out of her body. There's no unison to her frame. And I'm like, did she look at her fucking self before she leave out? At least put on some, what do they call them? Belly bands? The stuff that, well, maybe she did have on, but those stuff can do so little and so much and no more, or so little and no more, or whatever. So much or no more. I know that's what they say, but it doesn't seem like it did any good for her, anything at all, or her stomach is that fucking big. But like, she did the liposuction and her stomach looks like that. How? Because she's a lazy bitch. She's not exercising. You think that, oh, or what is she planning on doing exactly? Every time her stomach gets big, she does liposuction. Hopefully one day she'll die under the knife. I know that sounds like a very cruel thing to say, but what she's doing to Erica Mena, provoking her, picking fights. Let's not forget that this bitch, I've literally seen, because I don't watch that garbage. Okay, Love and Hip Hop, whatever the fuck it is. But I saw this clip where she literally initiated an argument and a fight. Why isn't she being called out for shit like that? And when I got to realize it's something that she's been always doing, she always been doing throughout the whole shit. That's how she gets attention. She's an attention whore. Pushing fights, pushing arguments, provoking people. Again, I said, I'm not saying Erica Mena, or whatever her name is, had any right to call her that. But how about you not talk about the woman's relationship between her and her kids? Just like Tokyo said, Black China's mom. How about you not do that shit? That is a low fucking blow. You have an argument with her. Talk about her. Don't get her kids involved. Okay? You don't like when that's done to you, because that's been done to the bitch before. Like what Puss said, that woman who was in that commentary. And you wouldn't want for you and your kids to become estranged, because you put them through a lot. I'm not gonna ask. I know that. And for somebody to use that against you, don't do that. As a woman, you should know better. You should have some, you should be sensitive. I mean, there are so many psychopaths out there, you have no idea. So many of these people who try to project themselves to seem like they're normal people with normal emotions. They're not. They're psychopaths. Because when you're gonna when you're gonna when you're gonna do something like that, when you're gonna play on the emotions or a woman's motherhood, Whether it is true or not, you're a psychopath. And you're pretty much a drowning man trying to pull at anything to stay afloat, to stay relevant, to get noticed. Even a fucking straw, something that don't make fucking sense. There got to be boundaries. I said that earlier. There got to be boundaries, and these boundaries create characteristics and titles and roles. How you can be the role of a mother? How can you play the role of a mother, a woman, when you're so desensitized to other women? You have no empathy. How could you hate her that much? How can you hate another woman that much? She didn't do any harm to your kids. She didn't get your kids involved in that shit, in the drama. She didn't stab you. She didn't send a hit out for you. She literally didn't try to kill you. Why would you hate her so much that you would stoop so low? I mean, for me, nah. I mean, like, that is so much worse than saying someone's kid or someone's children are ugly, because that's pretty much your perspective. But when it comes to this, the aspect of it where in which you're gonna, and some of you may disagree with me on that one, I'm just saying, um sometimes you, I'm not gonna even say that, but I think that kid that Rihanna had really is a humbling process for her, because she thought so highly of herself only to spit out something that looks like a devil. I'm just saying. And it may seem fucked up of me to be talking about this and going back on that, but um it is true. I mean, somebody actually commented under the video, who would have thought that that's what her baby would look like. And I'm just saying, because if her baby came out to be so sweet and so adorable looking, I'm sure she would brag about that. And you can sense that she's somewhat humbled, because she's not posting a lot about him. She's not posting a lot of him. And call me crazy if you want. I found it really odd that the moment I talked about the fact that she was hiding her kid on social media, that all of a sudden she posted his picture. And I did tell people before that the reason why she was hiding him was because she herself believes he's ugly. I'm not asking anybody. And it's the same with the second kid. And it gonna be the same with every kid she has. It's just what it is. You know, karma hits you in so many different ways. And that may seem like a very vain one, but we all suffer karma. And, some of us, get rewarded beautiful karma. But, we all suffer it. We all have 10th houses, 10th house frequencies, 10th house. Saturn frequencies, Saturn, yeah, Saturn frequencies. It is what it is, you know. hmm These are people who brag and they boast about vanity, and appearances are vain or vanity. So she thinks the kid is ugly, and I'm just telling you, because like Mena Pisces rising, I pretty much read the subconscious. I pretty much am tapped in it's a wonderful placement to have because it's like I'm Professor Xavier and Jean all at once. And I'm just saying, along with the other aspects in my natal chart, I can pretty much really, it's like I can read people's minds. And it's not like, sometimes it's like that, but it's not like, okay, I can tell you word for word what you're thinking. Only if it matters at that time by spirit, and only if I'm supposed to. I literally hear people thoughts about me and read people's subconscious. Some I've read people's psyche, their minds, and picked up that they were jealous of me and they were competing against me. And that helps me in seeing beyond the veils of illusions. Okay? But there's an aspect differently for that. But those also help me. They're supportive of that aspect. There's a lot of unison in my natal chart, and I'm appreciative of that so much. There aren't contradictions or conflicts. Okay? And some people they have that, and that's why they tend to contradict themselves, and that's why they tend to practice what yeah, they tend to not practice what they preach and shit like that. Anyways, what else did I want to say? Um but we know why Spice is doing what she's doing. Hanging out with Safari, teaming up with him. I saw this video, I didn't listen to it, but the thumbnail was like Erica Mena is like saying that he the fish that she was married to, she was with, is been having an affair with Spice now. He don't want Spice. He don't want nothing with the likes of Spice. I'm telling you. Okay? Because if it is not what do you call that? Them light skinned chicks, okay? It is a ninja, and trust me. And the chicks are just illusions that he is a straight ninja. He's not. Okay? So stop wondering why she needs to stop wondering why he treats her so badly. Because no man who is straight and true to themselves treats a woman like that. He's a homo. He acts that way. I mean, I don't know why people can see the truth before their eyes and just behave so fucking oblivious to the truth. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Please tell me why. It's right there. He's a fish. He's not a straight man. He's not. He's not. I don't know how women even see him as a possible mating candidate. He has no masculinity to him. He has no masculinity. He has no masculinity to him. He is straight up an emasculated man. He is. It's right there. It's like, how do you guys not see that? Do you guys see? Can you guys tell that he's into men and not women? Why did she not see that? And that he is just, and he's also a self-hater, a psychotic one at that too. Okay, he's obsessed with himself, but he hates himself, and make that make sense. But that's really what it is. He's not into dark skin bitches like Spice. It is what it is. So no, you got it all wrong. It is just, him being inadequate of a man because he was a woman in his past life and he cannot accept that he's a man in this lifetime, and to stop acting like a bitch and to start acting like a man. And he's just confused. And he's taking out that the frustration from that confusion out on you, and he gonna take it out on every and any woman who allows them to be a prey or victim to him and his foolishness. Okay? So it is what it is. So, he don't like her because she's standing up for herself. Spice don't like her. She's jealous. She's not really attractive. Let me just say that. She's not very attractive, if any at all. Um, I think she feels inferior towards beautiful women. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm seeing the whole Spice and Shensia altercation from a completely different aspect. And, now, why is it always being said that she and these light skinned chicks are up against each other? Why are they always up against each other? And I'm going to tell you, she has an insecurity. Because I see her getting up, picking fights and arguments with other women in that garbage of a series or reality shit. She's not humble. She doesn't hold her own. She doesn't choose the path of peace. She never chooses to be the better person. She's always about that drama and shit. And even some Jamaican people were against that shit and talking down about her because they say that she makes us look bad. And the truth is, pretty much that's what most of the culture is. Petty ass bitches. And there's so few of us in the culture who will choose the path of peace and who will, choose to not be petty and shit. There's so few of us. It's the culture and it's also the race. And I'm just saying, I'm an astrologer. Each race is affiliated with a zodiac sign. The black people are Aries and Leo. So, it's just there's just a lot of arrogance right there. And being passionate about being petty and fighting. Aries in the fifth house, Sun in Aries, a group of black people. Aries, ruled by Mars, ruler of conflict and war, makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because we know that other races, they wage war and they fight and shit. But I will always believe and stand by my belief that black people, they top that. Black people, they top that. And it is even worse because it is mostly the anger and the fight and the pettiness is mostly directed towards each other. And people who are weaker than they think they are and directed towards victims. And I see it a lot throughout the black communities. And it's so fucking sad. And you wonder why, you know, white people have to mother black people and pretty much mostly be the ones donating, you know, to different races, you know, very because it's the frequency they fall under. And not every white person is like that because you got your natal chart. Even though you belong to that race, everything is everything. Your natal chart has a lot to do with your persona, your psyche. Okay? Not just the race you're from. And that's why you got some black people who are not like the majority, because the majority really is fucked up and ain't going anywhere mentally. They may get somewhere financially because they may do shady shit to get there, but mentally, spiritually, not religiously, spiritually, frequency wise, energy wise, they'll get nowhere. Though they may come into a lot of money, they still won't find any peace or contentedness. Because money does not give you contentedness. You have to have already had that shit. Being contented is about finding peace with or without vanity. Vanity don't give you contentedness. Just so the arrogant and ignorant motherfuckers out there know. And that's why a lot of people who get wealth the, the fucked up way are in misery because they thought so. They were so arrogant, so fucking ignorant. They thought that money could give them contentedness. And they do all sorts of shit. And they compete against the masters. They compete against the ancients. They compete against the greater ones. And they're like, oh, look at me. I'm a billionaire. Oh, look at me. I'm a millionaire. Oh, look at me. I have these properties. I have this house. I have this car. I have these clothes. I have these handbags, these purses, these clutches, these boots, these sandals, these jewelries, these fragrances, these friends or associates. Because let's not call them friends. Because are they really? Because once they fall off the top, they're no longer relevant. They're no longer trending. They're no longer famous. Do they really want to hang around them anymore? Like they're like looking for the new upcoming things and people who are trending to take pictures with, to have dates with, to hang out with. So you just think about those stuff, guys. In certain groups, industries, and cliques, there is no such thing as friendships. So stop saying, oh, this person, that person, they're good friends. Because you see them go out a couple of times or you see them take a couple of pictures together. It is only for as long as they find them useful to their career. To them getting some form of attention, some clout. So, Spice, she knows that Erica is they ain't on good terms. She and the fish ain't on good terms. So what she did, she used that to her advantage and formed a clique with him to hurt Erica. How low? I mean, like, guys, think about it. I don't really want to think about it too much because it is so nauseating that somebody is so pathetic. I'm telling you, I know myself, and even though I don't know everything about myself, considering the Johari window, there are certain things I would never do. And I'm not going to befriend my enemy's enemy to score. That is low, and that is so pathetic. And that's just drama, and I don't do drama. That's not classy. And I like to think of myself as classy. I guess that's a Virgo thing, you know? Yeah. I mean, if only you guys understood astrologies and placements and the houses and the aspects, you'd understand exactly what I'm saying and what I mean. And it's a pity a lot of you don't. Like, it sounds like I'm just saying a lot of garbage. But it's just because you just don't understand. It's just ignorance. Why? You think that a lot of what I'm saying may just may sound like garbage to you. It's just what it is. Knowledge is power. Ignorance makes you contributes to you behaving arrogant, and vice versa. Being arrogant leads to you being ignorant because you think you know it all, so you don't want to learn. So you just never learn anything, and you think you know everything when you fucking don't, and that just makes you not behave proper and not say and not speak the truth. So yeah, they go hand in hand, vice versa, and all of that. So that's pretty much what she's been doing. And it's a pity. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say okay, Erica isn't strong enough to just away with them. I think I would have dealt with the situation completely differently. But I'm not shading or putting her down. I mean, just leave. I mean, like, maybe because I saw someone commented or a video about her at wanting to leave, and maybe that's why she just said all of that shit and just be like, "Pieces, I'm out," because she knew that was gonna happen. Because she wanted out of the drama and all that shit. Um, I mean, like, for me, I wouldn't have even been a part of something as ratchet as that. First and foremost. And even if I was, I don't think they would want to keep me as a cast member because I don't do drama, I said. And the people that they want to keep are the people who are down with the drama and or the people who are attention whores. Period. Because that's what they sell. They say sells in the industry, right? So, but say for example, say if I was in a situation like that and it's not like something being aired and blah blah blah. Say I was with somebody and they I was at a very low vibration when I got with them. So of course it's somebody really toxic. And I start waking up and realizing that it's just shit. And I'm not gonna do the whole arguing with that person. Literally that person would become non-existent to me. And I'm not saying I would put a hit out on the person. Literally, I have nothing to say to that person. I'm not gonna beg that person to spend time with our kids. I am not gonna. I just cut that person off. Like if they want to come around and spend time with the kids, fine. I'm not gonna allow you being an asshole to get the best of me. That I deny my kids, a relationship with their deny was the word I was trying to remember earlier. That I deny my kids a relationship with their other parent. Because I gotta say other parent, because that's obviously a fish. I can't even call it a father. Okay? And that kind of happens low key. Yeah, that I've been in that situation before. When I separated from my husband and bitches try to join forces with him to sabotage me and try to make my life hell. But the thing is, like I said, I'm made up differently. I don't act like a human. I'm ET extraterrestrial. I'm just different. Okay? I know how to detach from the feely feels, from all the emotions and just do and act how I believe is best, even though you may want to squeeze the life out of them within a particular moment. At a particular moment, you may want to pay someone to kill them. You may even want to kill them yourself and fuck the consequences. But being so having so much Aquarius in my chart, I'm a very futuristic person and I think about my future. I don't focus just on the present. Yes, I do consider the present, but I'm not all about the present where in which I'm like, fuck a bitch up now and just fuck it. Whatever wants to happen, happen. No, I'm not like that. I'm like, I'm more about the future, which I guess that's what triggers my anxiety and stuff like that. When you are too focused on what is to come and what you want to get done, more than the present. And that's just me. But like, I think about consequences of things. I think about, when my sons grow up, how they'll feel if I were to allow myself to become psychotic, which I don't think people can allow themselves to be. You did have to have been born that way. I think about, how they'd feel to just not have, if how it would be like if I all the ways in which shit could go against me, because karma is real, if I were to be manipulative and try to sabotage my children, my son's relationship with their father. That is just no. I don't interfere. I let nature take its course. I let the universe and the Great Spirit work things out. Is how they see best and how they intend. Because if shit gets fucked up, it's not on me. It's on the universe. It's on the Great Spirit. And they never fuck shit up. And even if it seems like shit's fucked up, it's always for a greater purpose, a beautiful purpose. So no, I try not to be manipulative. I'm naturally not a manipulative person because I'm not psychotic. And so I'm not the interfering type. I don't interfere with the relationship that my sons have with their father. And I know for sure I'm not going to interfere with, the relationships they have with women as they grow older and get older. Or, I'm not going to interfere. Or if they decide to become homosexuals, I'm not going to interfere because it's to each his own. It's their fucking life. Okay? I balance, I'm fair, especially from an emotional perspective, because the truth is, let me tell you, the truth is, is that bitch calling? The truth is, let me tell you this. I don't want anybody to tell me how to feel, what to fucking feel. Okay? So I try to treat people how I would want to be treated. Okay? And that's that. So that's that, okay? I want to be free to make my own decisions, to believe in what I want to believe in, to feel how I want to feel, to love who I want to love. Stuff like those. Okay? I discipline myself because, listen, I don't want to feel like it's okay to hurt people, to violate people, to do fucked up shit to people, because I don't want anybody else. I don't want another person to feel like they have that right to do that to possibly me or anybody else. Okay, so it's quite simple, it's quite simple, guys. Anyways, what else was I gonna say? So what she's pretty much doing, that Spice, that bitch, is really fucked up. She's trying to kick her, you know, in all different ways where she think it's gonna really hurt, and that's pretty much what it is. What else was I gonna say? So yeah, I've been in that situation, and I wrote it out. And I was like, I know nothing lasts, no pain lasts forever. No, literally, no pain lasts forever, and it is true. Whatever you're going through, you're not gonna go through it forever. Just ride it out. New obstacles may present themselves, but them too will come to an end. Okay? Just learn what you're supposed to learn from them and move along. The more you pass these lessons, the stronger you become, the more powerful you become on all different levels. Okay? So what else was I gonna say? Yeah. So I've been there. And it didn't feel nice. It didn't feel good. I'm not gonna lie about it. But being the psychologist that I am and the astrologer that I am, I knew why they were doing it, and I didn't give them any pleasure. I didn't give them what they wanted. You know, I didn't. They wanted me to become bitter, a bitter ex-wife, um, a bitter baby mom, a toxic mother who tries to sabotage the connection or the relationship between her sons and their father. Just a bitter person, a miserable person as they are, on a whole. That's what they wanted. And I didn't give them that. I understood that there was a spell put on. I knew there was a spell put on my ex-husband. I knew that. I'm not going to punish somebody for something that they're not responsible for, And, let me tell you something, guys. You see, some people will never be honest. Even in death, they'll never confess. They'll never tell you the truth. So some of these people who've done you wrong, don't hold your breath for them, where them telling you the truth is concerned. Because some of them, it's their last laugh or attempt at beating you. Because, a lot of people think that, when people do you wrong, at least in death, they'll confess. And that'll be the evidence you need to tell you that, hey, you were right all along. You were not fucking crazy. Let me tell you something. You don't need them to authenticate or not authenticate anything that spirit tells you or anything that you believe. You don't need that. You don't need their confession to authenticate shit. You don't. Okay? You don't. Because like I said, this literally came to me this week, to my, it was an epiphany. Some of them it's going to be their last attempt at defeating you. Dying, with the expectation that because they don't confess that they've been trying to destroy your life for like ever since they and or you came into existence, it's gonna keep you in an illusion and keep you confused as to what really went down, and may make you even remorseful or sad about your decisions where they're concerned. Don't do that. If you're waiting on confessions, let me tell you now, don't. Of course, some of them will. The ones who really know and who've been bitching around, but they know that karma is real, and they're gonna face a lot of torment in between lifetimes. The death is just a transition from one lifetime to the next. They know they're going to face torment before they're reincarnated. Okay? So some of them, they'll confess, blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyways, another thing. So we know what she's doing. And, if you ever find yourself in a situation like that, just, I mean, it's not easy it wasn't easy for me. So, and I can completely detach myself emotionally from any situation. So I know it's not going to be easy it's definitely not going to be easy for a lot of other people. Okay? So, the truth is, yeah, I know it's not easy for a lot of you, and won't be easy if you ever have to go through that shit. But it is gonna pass. It is eventually gonna fucking pass. I can tell you that for a fact. It's not gonna go on for your entire life. You decide how long that shit goes on by how much attention you give to it, and how much of your emotions you put into it, and how much you allow them to, pull and cipher your energies, because that gives them enough energy. The more energy you release to them, the more energy they have to continue doing that shit to you. So you decide how long it goes for. Is if you just detach from the whole situation and just focus on your life and just accept that they're just douchebags, and a douchebag is gonna be a douchebag, a bitch gonna be a bitch, a ninja gonna be a ninja. Eventually they're gonna run out of energy, resources, and all kinds of shit that they be using to torment you, plus on or to try to torment you. And on top of that, you are going to be raking in beautiful, perfect, wonderful, awesome karma. Okay? You just gotta humble yourself and just let them be the bitches and ninjas that they are, the miserable people that they are, because misery loves company. When people are happy, they don't try to make other people unhappy. Only a psychopath wants to be happy and is okay with everybody else around them being unhappy. A balanced and wonderful person, when they're happy, even when they're not happy, they want people around them to be happy. Because it's like them being unhappy and others being unhappy around them is like double stressed on them. Okay? And it's like them being happy and people around them being unhappy is like a stress on their happiness, and they don't really feel that happy again. Especially people who they claim to care about. You know? But you also have to get to that point where you are balanced, where in which you're good and evil in one, and you're not a pussy. You don't allow your enemies to manipulate you into, sympathizing with them. So when they're getting their karma and you are getting your beautiful karma, and they're getting their karma in the form of judgment and despair and misery and more misery and destruction, you don't allow them to feel sorry for them. You don't allow them to try to manipulate you into feeling sorry for them, to fuck up your happiness. You have to learn to detach from that and know that, okay, now that bitch who's unhappy around me, that's her fault. And I'm detached. I have nothing to do with how she feels, because it's on her. It's just simple as that. And bask in your happiness and your beautiful karma. Okay? So I think it's fucked up what she's doing. You're a woman before you become a black woman. Okay? You're a woman first. You're not black first. So be empathetic. Okay? She's dealing with a fish who's a closeted fish, and who be using women to hide his fishiness and to make himself feel less miserable by trying to make them feel more miserable and be more trying to make them more miserable. Okay? You don't team up with a ninja like that. Even if you hate the bitch's guts, he's not the right kind of ninja for you to team up with. Because listen, he's not some emblem of fucking honor. And you doing that speaks volume of your character, not just as a woman, but as a person. Okay? Now, I'm not saying we should be sexist and against men. We should be against toxic, fucked up, psychotic men like that fish. Okay. So, okay, I don't remember what else I wanted. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to say this. I wish Black China would wear less makeup or not wear makeup. I don't know, when those moments when we see her face bare, looking bare, if she actually has on concealer or foundation and just doesn't have on any like lipstick or eyeshadow, but like her face actually does really look bare, like she doesn't have anything, maybe just moisturizers and stuff like that. But she just looks really beautiful without makeup. I wish that it's a face that I wouldn't mind seeing very often. The face without makeup. I mean, like, the truth is, some people should wear makeup and some people shouldn't. Some people look better without makeup. Some people look better with makeup. Some people, the makeup accentuates their beauty and makes them look more beautiful. Some people, the makeup takes from their beauty and just makes them look like, you know, this figure of plastic, just makes them look really plasticky and fake. And so, I saw a video of her and her mom, Tokyo, yesterday. And, she looks a lot like her mom, because I think her mom gained some weight. And it actually looks good on her. I think she actually looks sweeter and more beautiful with a little more weight on than she did when she was slimmer. That's her mom, Tokyo. She looks really radiant and youthful and beautiful. And when I saw both of them in the video, they look so much alike. Like they could be sisters. They look so much alike. Or just mother and daughter, because, obviously she took a lot of her mom's features. Her mom is a beautiful, beautiful black woman. And I've seen her on social media before, people talking about her name being in the media. But I never saw her so beautiful before. Her mom, that's her mom I'm talking. But I've seen her, I've seen Black China without makeup in the media before. And it's something that I've always said, like, this woman should not be wearing makeup. Like, not because other people are wearing a certain thing or doing a certain thing doesn't mean you should do it too. You need to do what fits you best, what's best for you. That's what I believe. Now, if you find that makeup, it does you justice, it accentuates your beauty and it makes you look more beautiful, fine. But don't just wear makeup for wearing makeup's sake. Okay? She's just I mean, like, just cleanse and tone her face, and that's all she needs to do. And put on her moisturizer and her sunscreen. She could put on a little lip color, but her lips are full enough. She don't need to overline the lip for it to look fake. Or like, I know that, I think she said she did she got fillers and she stopped doing that. But sometimes you have women who don't get fillers, who tend to overline their lips and in an excessive way that it looks like they had fillers. You don't need to do that. Okay? You need to do what works for you and not what is a trend. Not because a group of people are doing something mean it is your thing to do also. It might just not be your thing, okay? It might just not suit you because maybe you naturally have full lips. You don't need to do an overline. Maybe your lips are full enough that you don't need to do an overline. Especially one matching the color of the lipstick, that's gonna just make it look like your whole mouth. If it's like darker, it's gonna just look like it's the lining of your lip. You know, I tend to like um do my lip like that, dark outer lines, because like I like dark lips. I don't like pale lips or pink lips. I like wine colored lips, or yeah, with dark um lip lines or dark edges. That's what I think. That's really sexy. And you have women who naturally have lips like that, and they don't really have to wear any lipstick. Just like maybe put a little lip gloss on, and it doesn't look like they got lipstick on. It looks like you have people who literally look like they have permanent makeup on their skin, and it's just how their faces contoured naturally, how their eyes are formed and looks, and just the color and the shape of their lips, and the sheen that's excreted from the pores on their skin just makes them look really dewy, and just like they naturally have makeup on. Like, why would somebody like that need makeup? Just beautiful. But then again, like I said, to each his own, and it's their body, do whatever they want. But I'm just saying, I wish she wouldn't wear so much makeup or any at all, because she looks so fucking. She's like, have you seen her, guys? Go and Google how she look, or YouTube search how she looks without makeup. She's so fucking cute and beautiful. She's so pretty. Like, I have never seen any other celebrity who really pulled my gaze like she has, without makeup. I'm telling you. And I'm not gonna say this to be shady, but it's a bit of an eyesore when she wears makeup, because it makes her look so plasticky and fake. And I don't know, I just got a knack for natural beauty. That's just me. That's why I don't perm my hair anymore. And I'm just not into extensions, false hair, none of that. I like to exist naturally. If I'm broke, nobody knows. If I got dough, nobody knows, because I got that natural beauty. I try to appreciate and accept myself just the way I am. And I will do things that don't require much to accentuate that beauty. But like I said, it's there are things that aren't that much, that don't require me doing much. That's what they are. Okay, so it's really sad. It's just sad on a level, I must say. um when people don't accept themselves and don't, it's just me, you know but Angela White, that's her name. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, Angela White, she's beautiful. So that's it, guys, for my commentary. Or hear me saying commentary for our discussion, and channeling and transmuting of messages and information from the Akashic record, the Akashic records, the subconscious. So I'm just gonna leave that. Y'all know I'm subconsciously conscious already. Very much subconscious. Very much conscious of the very much conscious of the subconscious. So until next time, namaste.